What is the dumbest 100% serious thing someone has said to you? A girl I know got a nose job. When I complimented her on her new look, she said, "I didn't do it for me, I didn't want my kids to be born with big noses." It's really dangerous to take only half an ecstasy pill. Sometimes the pills aren't actually ecstasy, it's like 50% speed and 50% heroin. So if you only take half, you might accidentally take just the speed or just the heroin half, which makes it way more dangerous. I was once making small talk with an acquaintance, and I told her I'd flown out to visit my family in Korea over the summer. She got this smug grin on her face and said, "You can't fly to Korea, it's an island." I've been a cook for 15 years. One time a server asked me to rush a chicken breast she forgot to ring in. I said okay, it will be a few minutes, it's still a bit raw. Just give it to me. It's fine, she says. I tell her I don't feel like giving anyone salmonella poisoning today and she will have to wait. Her jaw drops and her face turns red. She rather belligerently shouts just give it to her because she's losing tip money, then adds, "Besides, people don't get salmonella from chicken, they get it from salmon." You're a cook. You should know that by now. Every person in that room did the slow neck turn of WTF did I just hear and just stared at her. Dude, it's not a joking matter. Chickenella poisoning is serious. Stephen Hawking is British, but he doesn't have an accent. Me, unfortunately. You should get off your tablet while it's storming. Lighting can travel through the Wi-Fi and shock you. My mother. When someone said their food was too hot, a friend said to put it in the microwave on defrost to cool it down. We were in the car and an ambulance passed us with the lights on. My friend turned to me with a very serious look on her face and asked, "If you were a blind and deaf car driver, how would you know to pull over for an ambulance?" This became my senior quote. Had a drunk guy come through the drive-thru at Taco Bell and asked if we sell tacos. I said, "Let me check." My mother last week while I was eating some buffalo wings, "Is it real buffalo?" She also said to my dad, "Did you know the human eye can only see 26 miles? Because that's how far away the horizon is." My dad instantly came back with, "I didn't know the moon was 26 miles away." She was stunned. "Oh, I didn't know we had avocados." My college roommate after he pulled a bag of zucchini out of the fridge. A friend was totally confident he would be able to survive a plane crash because of his tuck and roll technique. He was 100% sober. I don't worry about the price of gas going up, I only ever put $20 in at a time. Here in the UK we get a lot of American kids shows, especially big ones like SpongeBob, Animaniacs, etc. These shows normally have a 4th of July special about the Declaration and War of Independence with that as the topic of conversation. This is genuinely a discussion I had with someone when we were 14. Me. The Simpsons made a joke about that during episode about the 4th of July. I forget the name of. Friend. Yeah, I watched that one. The British sound like dicks. Me. Slow blink come again. Friend. You know, the British. The guys they always talk about when they do that kinda specials. I bet we could take them. Me. Daniel. What country do we live in? Friend. England. Cue very quick explanation of British geography, with Daniel refusing to believe he was British until he went home and asked his mum. Years ago while working at a cafe, a couple came up to me and asked if Saddam Hussein was Russian. The Iraq war had just begun, so I snickered and said, "Of course not." The boyfriend turned to his girlfriend with a smug, victorious look and said, "See, I told you he was German." I used to work at Best Buy and I had a customer, a lady in her 30s, come in with her plasma television on the flat cart. She says, "I need the A plasma refill." So I give the old customer service fake laugh because I thought it had to be a joke, but the look on her face and pissed tone showed that she was serious. I took her to the home theater department and from a distance I can hear her going off about plasma refill prices or shouldn't the warranty cover the plasma? Mine's a little more light-hearted. When someone is whistling, do you ever have the desire to stick a baby carrot in their mouth? Just for the record, I have never had that desire. I do now. My girlfriend once said the clouds were behind the moon. She will also hit me when she sees this. One night the clouds were very thin as wispy while the moon was bright, and I made the comment that it almost looked like the clouds were behind the moon. My wife asked how did I know they weren't. Our 8-year-old explained it to her. You have roads in Spain? A drive-through girl heard me speaking my language on the phone when I was waiting for my food and she kept saying it was cool that I was bilateral. I asked if she was referring to triangles or something, but she said no, bilateral like a person. I had a guy in a pub, completely adamant to the point of red-faced anger, swearing on the Bible that you can see New York from the Donegal coast on a good clear day. I was in tears laughing. I drove past a Kia dealership the other day with my wife and she just started freaking out. She yelled, "When did that get here? Can we go?" Then she just gets really quiet and looks away. I pause and then realize what is happening and say, "You thought that was an IKEA?" "Yeah, we've driven past a dealership almost every day for over a year." Marriage, a lifetime of one person saying stupid stuff for the other to mock them about, and vice versa. It's beautiful. A woman stopped me in the grocery store when I was in my early teens to tell me that I could cure my acne by rubbing pussy juice all over it. I assure you, she was dead serious. You can't get pregnant if the girl is on top because the sperm can't fight the extra gravity. My first child was conceived with my old lady on top. The sperm weren't gonna make it, so I turned her on her head and shook her like a bottle of Italian dressing to help em out. I heard two girls talking on the bus to my class. Girl 1, "Let's go to Hawaii this summer." Girl 2, "I wish. I don't like to fly though." Girl 1, "It's fine. I think the bridge is almost finished. We can just drive." These girls were students at a university. Italy should sell the Eiffel Tower to help Greece's debt. He was serious too. That the water in Finding Nemo looks realistic but is actually CGI. No, Sid Sherlock, the whole movie is. Well, if you just work hard and put your mind to it, you'll walk again, because willpower will repair the gap in my spinal cord. Thanks, restaurant host. I appreciate your high opinion of my willpower. He thought that human sperm plus a store-bought chicken egg equals a live creature, or really salty scrambled eggs. The earth is flat and the edges are covered in heavy layers of snow that no one can cross. Uncle. He also said that the moon landing is fake, gravity is fake, airline companies are in on a conspiracy, and much more. Very fun argument. He'll tell you that you can't reason someone out of a position they didn't reason themselves into. This happened last night at the bar I work at. I get a ticket for 2 Chardonnay. One with ice, all right. One with ice, one as it's supposed to be. There we go. 3 minutes later in storms, this lady with 2 wine glasses in her hand. "Look at this," she says, and somewhat slams the glasses onto the bar. I am a little in shock that the glasses didn't break and did as told. I looked at the glasses. Yes. 1 Chardonnay with ice, 1 without. "What's the matter, ma'am?" I ask. "Why did she get more wine?" She asks, annoyed. "More wine?" I ask. "There's not more in either one. Both have 120 milliliters exactly, right as it's supposed to be. Would you like some ice too?" "But that one is fuller." And she points at the one with ice. "Yes, it has ice in it." I reply. "Why does she get more wine with the ice? Why don't I get more wine? Look, this one has that much more wine," showing the difference between the glasses by pinching her fingers. Well, you get where this is going. The lady didn't understand that if you fill 2 glasses of wine and add ice into one, the ice will make it look like it's fuller, but that's just because the ice takes up space. I had to literally show her that it was just the ice making it look like the glass is fuller, which it of course was, but not with more wine. Even then I think she still though she was being mistreated. The spork is the devil's utensil because it is the amalgamation of the masculine fork and the feminine spoon and is trying to blur gender lines in society. I used to work at a call center for a wireless service provider. A woman called in inquiring about how much we charged to use her phone when she was traveling internationally. I said it depends on the country and asked where she was headed. As serious as can be, she responds, "Wyoming." I barely got to my mute button before I erupted in laughter. Had long hair when I was younger. Girl approached me and said God hates long hair on a guy. I said, "What about Samson? Do you like Bon Jovi?" "No, I don't eat Italian food." From a friend. 1. My buddy knew a highly imaginative, pathological liar who told him 2 great stories he shared with me. The liar to my friend: "I snorkeled around the entire island of Barbados." My friend: "Barbados is 240 miles in circumference, that's impossible." The liar: "Knew. I snorkeled around a surrounding island known as the Isle of Barbados." 2. The liar to my friend: "I once played hockey and during the game, which was so fast-paced, my kneecap fell out and I mistook it for the puck and slapped it into the net for the winning goal." My friend: A woman can become pregnant from touching a man's hands. Grade school teacher in Argentina. While working at my first library job, There was a young college girl, I'm guessing a freshman, who came to the public library for some books for class. She seems to be doing fine, so I leave her alone, until she repeatedly makes very frustrated noises. I offer to help. Me, can I help you find something? Her, I need the Korean Bible. Me, the Bible, in Korean? Her, yes. Me, we might have that on the international collection. Follow me. I go to said collection and do not find the Bible in Korean. I offer her the Bible in other languages, or a novel in Korean. On seeing the text of the Korean novel, she looks very confused. Her, no, this isn't it. I need the Korean Bible. Me, right. So, you specifically need the Bible, written in the Korean language? Her, no, I need the Korean Bible. It's like the Bible, but it's in Arab. Me, trying not to facepalm. Do you perhaps mean the Korean? This was also the job where my 60-year-old boss asked me what pitcher and catcher meant on a gay blog she happened upon. And when I explained, she very cheerily walked away, saying, well, 'tis better to give than